everybody, it's Lacey. Welcome to Paws and Paper. So I've been working in this journal again. This is one I had made a while ago, and I'm starting to put the pages together and stuff. And while I was under construction in my craft room, the only thing I could do is I've been trying to go through some of my, I don't know what you want to say, not less favorable, but maybe some of the page or the books that I wouldn't gravitate towards, like some of the I have a bunch of like kids encyclopedias, and they've got a bunch of just, you know, like magazine style type pages in them. And you know, a lot of times we don't gravitate towards these because, you know, they're not the vintage ephemera, which is really cool and all, but you know, you don't really need to have that to make a cool journal. So I thought, why not come along and show how to use some just cut out book pages, kids' colored book pages, and make them look a little bit vintagey to fit into the journal here. So I did one here, and I'm like, well, why not just come along? I don't normally do the craft along with me videos. I don't know. I guess I don't talk while I'm decorating. So here's one I've done already. And the other thing I was playing with was, I have these. I found these at like a thrift store. And I have no clue what to do with them. And then I'm like, well, maybe I can just stencil with them and to make, you know, like the outline of letters and whatnot. I didn't do a very good job punching some of these out. But anyway, I was playing with those too. So I have some that are punched out here that I was playing with, trying to stencil with. And then I was playing with other things like... Apparently, I am really late to the show because I've never used one of these paper doilies to actually like stencil. And so I was stenciling with these paper doilies. So thank you, Lauren, because Lauren's like, just use a paper doily and stencil them. And I'm like, oh, yeah. You know, it's like one of those, oh, aha moments. So anyway, here's the page layout that I did with a picture. So I'm just going to show you a couple ideas as we go through. So, decorating this journal, I usually just go through signature by signature and do one thing in each signature. That's just how I do it. So I'm going to go into, what do I have here? I have like 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 signatures. No, 7. Gosh, I can't count. How many do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 signatures. This is a big journal, actually. It's, you know, it's going to be a chunky one when it's all stuffed. So let's see here. I am just going to pick a random page like so. Maybe we'll work on this one here. And then I'll go through, and I spent a lot of time just cutting out pictures because I had nothing else to do, you know. So I am going to see what we can make with just some of these cool pictures. And you know, some of them are just weird, you know, but that's the whole point, you know. The junk journal is just unexpected. Doesn't really have to make sense, you know. So, well, that's kind of a pretty one. I did do a bird. I don't know what kind of, I really don't have a theme for this journal, you know, but it's more of an eclectic type. There's really not one style going on here, so I really don't know what I would call this journal. It's got a little bit of everything in it. Maybe something colorful, because colorful ones sometimes I think we don't gravitate towards to want to use. So, well, there's a really abstract piece. That's colorful. Okay, that might not be something I would normally put in my journal. Or that one. That one's kind of cool, too. Let's use this one. This one's cool. Okay, so now let's just make it fit. And we're going to make it fit by just tearing it down. We've got to make it look old. The easiest way to make it look old is to make the edges look all worn and to throw some ink on it. So that's what we're going to do. So let's tear these apart. And I've kind of made that a goal for myself, or a try a little bit harder, is to maybe try to use some of the things. You know, you have so much stuff, you need to use it. So I need to try to use the things I already have. You know, that's a hard one because I love the actual vintage ephemera pieces. Now, if I wanted to make this a pocket or something, because it's just a magazine's, you know, weight, I could back it, or we could just make it a piece. You know, like I want to really stuff this journal with something, or with stuff. Now I'm debating. What am I doing? Let's just, no, we're gonna make it flat. We're gonna do flat pieces today. No pockets, none of that. So we're gonna make it easy. So I'm just gonna use glue stick. Oh, the other thing, if you're gonna use magazine pages or like these, like, they're not super glossy, but they are a little bit, they have a little bit of sheen to them. Watch what glue you use, because if you use a real wet glue, it tends to want to warp the pages up, you know, it'll make them all bendy. Maybe if we're going to make this just a decorative piece, let's put it in the middle here. And then we can use our fun little stencils and we can do stuff around it. Excuse me. Okay, so I would just put the piece down like so, and then let's see. Let's play with some of these goofy little numbers here. Let's do maybe like, let's put a number. Should we put a number? Okay. Now I'm gonna use some washi tape to kind of temporarily hold the pieces in place, because if I ink them one at a time, I have a feeling I'm going to cover all the paper. So let's try to get, let's just do something like that. Okay, and now I'm just going to temporarily stick these two down, maybe, so they don't move, and that way my white space will stay there. And then this one, I'm just going to hold. I'm just using vintage photo today to do some inking. And one of my broken makeup brushes here. I find the brushes for this kind of stuff, this stenciling, works a lot better than the foamy daubers. Okay, just a little. See? Cool. Just like that. Just to add something interesting to look at. Okay, so now let's move you. Stay there. Thank you. A little bit fiddly trying to hold on to this, but it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want it to be something, you know, odd to see. And let's put this one down. So you can kind of see it. I mean, it's just a little something fun. And, you know, like, I'm not sure how I would, unless I'd paint these to have them actually raised in a book. I'm like, how else would I going to use these? So that is a good way to use those little die cut things. And then, of course, the genius idea that obviously was way too simple for me to even realize what to do. Paper doilies. So I've just been taking some paper doilies, because what I really wanted to do is, you know, I like the look of that when people coffee dye with those like vinyl placemats, those lace vinyl placemats, and they get the really cool coffee designs, you know, the doily designs. Well, that one didn't turn out very good. But yeah, they turn out so cool when you coffee dye them. And that's what I've been wanting to do, but my gosh, I have been trying to find those silly vinyl placemats. And this one's pretty dark, so my ink's not showing up. It would show up better over here, I believe. But that's the one thing with the... my paper's already coffee dyed. So unless I ink with a real dark ink, which I only want it to be a hint. You know, I don't want it to be real noticeable. So it looks a little bit better on this lighter coffee dyed. Anyway, you can see a little bit of it. But anyway, those vinyl lace placemats, other than going on Amazon, which of course is the go-to, to find them, I cannot find them in a thrift store anywhere near me, or I can't find them at Walmart. I've tried several, you know, like craft stores. I've tried other box stores, you know, like that say they have them online, but nobody has them in store. And I kind of want to see them, and I kind of don't want to buy 6 of the same kind. You know, I'm being really picky about it. So anyway, that's a cool one. Let's just keep going. And so yeah, I've been wanting to try that. And then a wonderful lady that I met on Facebook who does some really cool swaps with me with junk journal supplies. She's like, just use a paper doily. And I'm like, yep, that would work. But you know me, I never thought of it. So apparently the more simple that it is, I just can't apparently think of it. Oh, these are kind of cool. You know, I have these colors in here, like these, they kind of, that's what I'm kind of trying to go with. See, the blues, I have some of these blues and stuff, so we'll try using some of these pictures. They're kind of cool. I really like abstract art too, anyway, so. Alright, should we do like a little fussy cutting? Squares are just boring, right? We don't want just another square. Let's just try some loose fussy cutting. I do not fussy cut well. I do loose cutting, which I call like cloud cutting because it normally ends up looking like a cloud or a thought bubble. You know, just the little roundy looking things. Looks like a cloud. But yeah, I'm sorry if it's glaring, if the paper's glaring. That's the other thing about these magazine-y type pages. They really glare in the light. Not good for filming. Okay. Something odd. That's kind of cool. We're going to have to take off. I don't want to take off the strawberries. Let's just take off some of this sun over here. If I can make it look good. Okay. Something like so. Yeah, I think that works. How far should we go back in this page? We got just a few things. And like I said, like you can see some of the things, they're just random stuff I've been putting in here. So this is definitely more on the eclectic side. Ooh, there's a really grungy, cool page. Yeah, I like that one. Okay, let's stick this one down. All right, so what have I been up to lately? The last video, oh my goodness, my son was on a roll. It's quiet here tonight. No one is home. So I have peace and quiet, so I have to hurry up and film before anybody gets home. Otherwise, you know, the quiet is disturbed. I really like the look of that grungy page. We just put this down here so we can still see our grunginess. Okay, let's do that. And making a mess over here. So let's see. We're getting ready to put our bathroom cabinets in, which is exciting. I have been you know, and I'm going to sound really spoiled here, I have been down one bathroom. So we're only functioning with one bathroom. And I know some people only really have one bathroom. And, you know, it's a luxury to have more than one. So yes, we are spoiled. But I live with, you know, 2 young boys and a husband. And it's boys. And I need some girly space. So I can't wait to have my own bathroom back. And I still share the bathroom. You know, it's not like it's my own bathroom, but it will be able to at least house all my stuff, because that is the bathroom, the main bathroom. That's where I keep all my stuff. So all my stuff, you know, and there's a lot, is in the bedroom, in totes, piles. Oh gosh, it's just, you try to find stuff is a disaster. You know, your medicine cabinets, all the stuff you have in there, you don't realize it until, you know, you have to take it apart. So trying to find simple Tylenol is difficult because it's in totes everywhere. And oh gosh, you know, I'm just gonna complain. But yeah, it's exciting because it's getting very close to being done. And I cannot wait to have my space back. Even just so I don't have to, you know, share the shower with the boys. Because, dang, boys are messy. So yeah, those are going in soon, which is super exciting. And, oh, my oldest son just got braces. He's 13 and just got his braces put on. So he's having adjustment trying to get used to those. But it's kind of funny because it's certain things in their life, you know, like the milestones they hit or whatnot. But when I saw him in braces, it's just like, it made me feel old, like to see my baby in braces. I don't know. It was weird. It was just weird. Oh, I also found this. This is just a little charm thing. It's flat. I wonder if I could stencil with that. Should we try? That could be kind of weird. It's flat though, but let's see if that'll work. So yeah, I was trying to be creative and come up with weird things that I could like stencil over now that I like had the epiphany of like paper doilies hit me like a, you know, a brick in the face. Like, I'm telling you. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. Kind of blends in with the doily, but yeah, you can see it. Okay. Oh, we were putting numbers on everything, weren't we? Should we just pick one? Let's see. Weirdly, let's put it here. Yeah, why not? Why not, I say, why not? 8, 3. Just don't go over the one that you already stenciled because it'll start to blend. Ta-da! Yeah. Cool. Oh, you know what you could do too? I have these, this is another good trick for like, let's see. These are just watercolored pencils. Should we use brown or black? Maybe black. Just to do like the outline around pictures. And then wet it and make it kind of bleed around, you know, a little bit. That's a good way to kind of like grungy up these pages that don't, you know, look so vintagey. But you can make them look kind of cool and old and just unique. That's what we're going for, unique. Do I have any water? Oh, I do have water in a spray bottle. Let's just twisty this off. I wasn't prepared to do this. All right, just water. And then they also have these in like those, what are they, like they're actual pencils that are meant to bleed out like this. Pretty sure it's almost the same as just like a watercolored pencil. That's pretty much all it is. But you could do this with a marker, crayon, anything really. But it's kind of cool. Just adds some dimension to the page. We're getting very mixed media-like here. I feel so fancy. Well, that's kind of cool. All right, so on to the next one. Oh, so it has started to get a little bit warmer here. Not like let's put on our shorts and go outside type warm, but it is warmer. Let's just tear this one. But at least it hasn't been snowing or anything. We haven't gotten a lot of snow this year. It's been oddly warm. We did have like slight cold spell. But nothing has lasted very long, so it's been a pretty mild winter. And the kids are highly disappointed they haven't missed enough days of school for snow. So I do believe I heard, though, the groundhog saw his shadow, so that means, what, 6 more weeks of winter, something like that? But we have all been seeing, and my mom, she's like, I saw all these robins in my yard the other day, and I said, so have I. They're everywhere. And I thought that was always like a wives' tale, that when you saw all the robins come in, that it meant spring was coming. So we've been seeing all these, and like tons of them, not like 2 or 3, but tons of them at one time. And they're just all over. And I'm like, well, maybe that's a good sign. Maybe spring's coming. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that the robins know better than the groundhog does. Because I am ready. The cold doesn't bother me. It's the perpetual gray that bothers me. You know, the just dreary, no sunshine. It's like, where did the sunshine go? I need my sunshine. Makes me happy. Without sunshine, gets a little depressing, you know? So yes, that's the only reason why I'm like ready for spring. Is I hate spring, actually, and the reason I say I hate it is because it gets so soggy. Everything unthaws, it gets soggy wet, and it tends to rain a lot. And I'm not a big fan of that season. Just for that fact alone, that it's too soggy. Too soggy. All right. 7-2. What haven't we used? 7-2-4. Looks good, right? Okay, good. I don't think I can hold them all at once and do it down, so I'm going to have to do the whole washi tape deal. So, what else have we been up to? Not much, actually. We're pretty... Well, we haven't been doing anything other than the reno stuff, so it's like we haven't gone anywhere, haven't done anything. Oh, I know what we want to do. For Christmas, Grandma, my mom, got the kids, like a certificate type deal to go to, it's not real close, but it's, you know, like an hour away, like a ski place, like, snow ski. And they also have like snow tubing, and you just get on this, like these inner tubes, and you can just go tubing, you know, down the hill. And it's actually really fun. And we did it once before, I don't know, a couple years ago when the kids were a little bit younger. And it's a lot of fun. You get to go down this big, huge, giant mountain of a hill. And you can hook all your tubes together. And you can just, you go flying down. And, I mean, it's the simplest thing. It's just a lot of fun. And so, no one in my family is a real big, I want to go snow skiing. So, we all decided maybe it was safer if we just went tubing instead. So maybe we're going to go do that hopefully sometime soon, which will be fun. I do enjoy that. But it just, like I said, it hasn't been like super, super cold. So they do like blow in artificial snowmakers or whatever they've got there. But sometimes it's just not the same as, you know, real snow and having it cold. And because a lot of times we go, you know, we go in the evening. We don't go during the day. So you go at night. They have this really cool like fire pit. You can sit around outside. And it's just a lot of fun. So you almost kind of want it to be cold because then it adds to the whole experience. And you're dressed up in snow clothes anyway. So it's like you might as well have it cold if you're in all that snow gear. So yeah, so that was one thing we've been wanting to go do. We just have to hope it's cold enough to go, and then we'll go and have some fun tubing. I think we all need to get out of the house a while. So, all right, that looks pretty cool. I should have just, I keep debating, oh, I'm going to stop after this one. I'm going to stop after this one. What do? I keep coloring in lines after lines. I'm like, well, I'll just do one. And now I've ended up going around the whole thing. Yeah, these watercolor pencils are kind of cool. They're easy just to quickly add, you know, some sort of dimension, color, or whatever to it. Kind of interesting. Just for fun. Alrighty, let's see what else we got here. We got 2 more to go. Okay, let's pick a page. Oh, you need to be stuffed. I have to go through and stuff this thing. Like a lot. That's the goal. This is going to be completely stuffed. I've never made an overstuffed journal like that before, but this one, I want to make a lot of pockets in here and like overstuff this baby. Well, that's kind of a cool one. That's a pretty picture. Let's just do a pretty picture. So yeah, I hope this gives you a little inspiration for, you know, wanting to use these just book pages, you know. Encyclopedias are a good one because encyclopedias sometimes have some really cool pictures, and that's what I go for. I like pictures. I'm not a writer. I don't like to write stuff, and I really like pictures though, because if I got a journal and I was playing in it, it would mainly be because I just wanted to look at all the pictures. I wouldn't ever write in it. I would just look through the pictures. And that's what I do with a lot of things, is just get them to look through them. I have no interest in writing about my daily life or my thoughts. Heck, it's hard enough to keep my thoughts in my head. I don't want to put them out on paper. That would just be scary. So yeah, I like the pictures. So to me, the more interesting pictures to look at, the better. Because that's all I do in a journal, is look at the pictures. I think that's been, like, I've always loved picture books, though. Like, to this day, I will still get me kids' book. And I just love the pictures. And, you know, I read stories and stuff in them to my kids sometimes. But I would definitely get them for myself and just read or just read. Just look at the pictures. Always been a picture book person. And now my pictures just span a little bit back towards, you know, like the 1800s. Now those are just really cool picture books. So I've progressed. I have, you know, what do you want to say? I've matured in my taste of books. Although now they're a heck of a lot more expensive. Those the older you get, the older the books get, the more expensive they get. Okie dokie. Oh, doily, where's my doily? Let's add some doily background. I am still on the lookout for vinyl placemats. So, don't tell me to look on Amazon because I already have, and that's, you know, I have seen them. But, I want to find them in person, darn it. You know, I'm very much a tactile person. I want to feel them and see them in person. And the thing is, too, some of them, I know they're, like, lined with, like, a plasticky thing on the back. And I'm like, I want to make sure they're not, like, lined on the back. I want to make sure that I could actually, you know, coffee dye through them. Well, that's kind of cool. Let's grunge this up. This is too white. That's another easy trick to make book pages of any kind look old. Throw some brown ink on them. Then it looks really old. Perfect. I might come back and do some other decorating, but this is just a really simple day of trying to fill a journal with pages, you know, decorate some pages. Ooh, I just love this one. I think I showed this one to you guys. Those are some of those alcohol ink postcard things I did. You want a lighter, here's a lighter colored page. Should I do this one? Let's do this one. Okay, so the last one, let's find a picture. Let's see, what do we got on this? We got some oranges and we got the brown. Not that it has to match, but we could just do a little. I got tons of these pictures. Could you tell I was bored? You want to be bored, just take your craft room away and then you'd be like, nothing to do. Oh, Mr. Woodpecker's kind of cool. I like him. Oh, maybe he wants to live there. That looks like a good spot for you. Okay, let's do some of this first. Let's give you a background. I lost my thingy. Alright, this page is pretty white. This should stick out pretty well. Yeah, the thing about using this doily as a stencil is your pages have to be pretty light already, or you have to go with a really dark ink. And I just want it to look like a little bit of a background, so I don't want to do too dark of ink. See, to me, that is plenty enough background. Let's de-whiten this a little bit. What's the opposite of whitening? De-whiten? Unwhiten? I think is it de-whiten? I don't know. Is that a word? Dull down. Can you have the opposite? Doesn't the opposite have to contain the word, you know, like I know it doesn't. Never mind. Because you can be like dark, light. I was thinking, you know, like, pardon me, I'm randomly thinking out loud now. You know, it's like, this is what happens when I have to talk and craft. Because this is the stuff that goes through my head normally. I was thinking, you know, like, whiten, unwhiten? Is it unwhiten? Maybe it's unwhiten and not de-whiten. Whatever. All right, you're cute. What else can we put on there? I like you. I I tried using this one. This one I think is just too fine. You almost have to have like the really big one. See how the difference is? Like, let me see if I can get it to work. I couldn't get it to work when I was experimenting before. It just didn't turn out as nice. And I think it's just because it's way too fine. I mean, it's still, you could still see some things, but I think the more intricate and fine the doilies are, it's just a little bit harder. I mean, you can see it. It's kind of cool. But you get a lot more white space. And I just wanted, I guess it wasn't the look I was going for. Anyway, so there's some cool ideas to do with book pages out of random books, kids' books, encyclopedias, whatnot. So, is 5 a good number? Why not? There we go. See, just random bits. This is just a random bits kind of journal. So I hope you guys got some ideas from today and enjoyed watching me craft through this journal. And we'll keep working on this one. And I will see you guys on the next video. So go get your paws dirty and get crafty. See you later. Bye.